So for today, we will have our first mini debate. First of all, I would like to acknowledge the presence of our managers, Manager Angel and Manager Nano, and also our teachers, debate teachers and non-debate teachers, and also our fellow students. My fellow students. Okay? So for today, we are going to have our first group for our first debate. We have our affirmative group represented by Paul, Noah, and Anna for the affirmative team. And we have here our negative team represented by Julia, Patrick, Sean, and Alicia. For the first group, their resolution is co-education is better than exclusive schools. They will be doing the debate in a ping-pong debate style. They will not be following the BP style. Okay, so let's start with our first speaker from the affirmative team. Let's call on Paul.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Today we are debating the resolution, co-education is better than exclusive schools. We on the affirmative team strongly agree with this resolution. We have three reasons: normal environment, guidance from peace, and equality. I will give our first point. Our first point is normal environment. Co-educational schools are likely to offer you more in the way of student diversity. Having both men and women in classes allows students of both genders to interact with a wider range of people and learn how to work with and talk to people of the opposite gender. For example, children who had been attending an inclusive school during their elementary years would feel awkward and shy when they enter into a co-educational school. Therefore, the child may perform poorly or worse, they might develop a low self-esteem. Same is true when a person would enter society as an adult if they have been exposed to the same gender for their educational life. They may not be able to mingle or interact well if they would be working. Thank you.
So that was the opening speech from the affirmative team. Their first point was normal environment, and they said that it offers students diversity. Now let us hear from the negative team to be given by Julia.
We on the negative team strongly oppose this resolution. First, I will refute the first affirmative point, and then we will give our negative point. Their first point was normal life. They said that children going to scholarship school will not have a normal life when they grow up. That is true. It can't be true that children who go to scholarship school will not have a normal life when they grow up. It is because students who study in a scholarship school are living a normal normal life, just like the students who study in co-educational school. Good example. Studying is a normal activity. Normal activity that students do in both exclusive school and co-educational school. In addition, when we talk about bullying, building a mutual relationship to the exclusive opposite gender. Students of exclusive school can build a mutual relationship after their studies. They should concentrate on their studies first before having a boyfriend or girlfriend. Thank you.
So we have heard their reputation from the negative team. Now let us hear their first point. Patrick? Okay.
You have sorry. You have sorry. We have repeated the affirmative points now. We will give our first point. Our first point is let them be themselves. It is because boys tend to soften, they competitive and become more collaborative or united in a single gender setting. They can just be boys and not worry about what the girl might think. Girls through their shyness and began to take risks in a single gender setting. They become more competitive. They embrace sports like soccer and basketball without worrying about appearing like tomboys and lesbians. Boys or girls will be comfortable and they will not feel shy inside the classroom. For example, teacher Eric asked you a question. Your answer is wrong. What will you feel? You feel shy, right?
Thank you, Patrick. So their first point was let them be themselves. They said that children in exclusive schools will feel comfortable, competitive, and collaborative towards their schoolmates. So now let us hear the refutation and the second point from the affirmative team. Let's call on Noah.
First, I will review their two teams' first point. Their first point was to be themselves. They said that they will be comfortable and they will not feel shy being with the same gender. That is true, really true. But not important. Students should learn discipline while in school. When we allow students to be themselves all the time, we could be sacrificing discipline. This could cause students to be in trouble. I have refuted their first point. Now I will give our second point. Our second point is guidance from peer. When we have co-education, students perform better because each gender would help each other. Boys and girls are a good influence on each other in showing good behavior and maturity. While a single gender school can cause bad effects to students, they can influence the student to do bad things, such as smoking, drinking, and other bad activities. Thank you.
Thank you, Noah. So we have heard the second point from the affirmative team, and the second point was guidance from peers. They said that each gender would help each other in a co-educational school. Now let us hear the refutation from the negative team. Let's call on Sean to give us the refutation and their second point.
I will repeat their second point. Their second point was guidance from peers. They said that children going to co-educational school perform better because boys and girls help to each other. That is not always true. It is because a boy is shy to help a girl, or a girl is shy to help a boy. Shyness will create a gap between boys and girls. It will hinder them to help each other. In addition, there can be competition between two genders inside of the class, so they will not help each other. We have refuted the affirmative point. Now, we will give our second point. Our second point is academics. It is because student will concentrate on his or his studies and he will not be distracted with the opposite gender. Thus, he or please sit down, I'm not yet finished. Thus, he or she will get high scores in all of his subjects. According to the research of Stanford University in Florida, studies in co-educational classes got a lower score than studies in single-gender classes in the Florida Comprehensive Assessment Test. In addition, you cannot concentrate if you are always looking at your beautiful and handsome classmate.
Okay, to give the second point for the negative team. Patrick? Second point. Sorry about that. I was amazed by how they were speaking. So then let us go to the affirmative team for the refutation of the second point from Paul.
Now, I will list the negative second point. Their second point was academic. They said that they will be able to concentrate because they are not distracted by the opposite gender. That is not already true. Because students are not only distracted to the opposite gender, but they can also be distracted with the same gender. For example, in a boys' school, the non-strongest student might use his strong superiority to influence other students to do bad things. Bullying can also distract them from concentrating on their studies.
Thank you all for your reputation. Now to give their third point, let's call on Anna.
Now I will give our third point. Our third point is equality. Boys and girls are equal. In co-education, boys and girls deal with each other. In that way, they learn how to value one another. Girls and boys, please be quiet. Girls and boys learn to respect the right of every individual when they are exposed to dealing with the opposite gender. While in an exclusive school, students cannot mingle or socialize with other gender because they are just used to deal with the same gender. Thank you.
For the affirmative points. So the last point was equality. In co-educational schools, boys and girls are given equal time. Now let us go to the negative team for their reputation and for their third point to be given by Isha.
Their last point was equality. They say that boys and girls are treated the same. They are given the same attention and the same education. That's not true. It is because we all know that boys can do better than girls. So there will be no equality between boys and girls inside the classroom. For example, most of the class presidents are boys. Best examples are the president of different countries. Who is the president of Korea? I asking you. Who is the president of Korea? No, he's a boy. The president of Philippines, he is also a boy. And the president of United States of America is also a boy. So there will be no equality between boys and girls. Our third point. Our third point is socialization. It is because a boy or a girl can make friends with their same gender easily. I will repeat the same gender. And they can make strong relationships. For example, in our school, they will not be shy to make friends with their fellows because they are all in the same gender. They share many common things, unlike in a co-education, that there will be gap in building friendship.
Thank you, Isha. Now for the repetition and the closing speech from the affirmative team, let us call on Anna.
Their third point is socialization. They say that boys will feel comfortable talking with their own gender. That's not true. Socializing with just the same gender only limits the chance to know reality. Being with just the same gender helps you to understand only your own gender. But how about the opposite gender? When you are exposed to dealing with the opposite gender, you will not only have knowledge, but you will also understand why do they behave like that. Thank you.
Also for the conclusion, let us call back Anna for the conclusion of the affirmative team.
We have talked about normal environment, guidance from peers, and equality. And we have clearly shown that co-education is better than exclusive school. For these reasons, we beg to propose. Thank you.
Thank you, Anna. For the closing speech for the negative team, let us call back Felicia.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have talked about the syllabus, academics, and socialization, and have clearly shown that exclusive schools are better than co-education. For these reasons, we beg to oppose and we propose that we have more exclusive schools.
Okay, thank you, affirmative and negative teams. You have given a very good debate for our judges. Let us give our representatives a great big hand.